Hello and yes, welcome to another video with me, Rockboy680. Today I'm going to be doing an album review, one which was requested by Mayfly01. He requested a Paul McCartney album, Run Devil Run, about 2 months back, and it took me about a month to actually make the video, so this time I'm getting his request done quick, because it took me so long last time. And he didn't really request me to review the album, he said to compare these to the originals, but I thought the easiest way to do that was to go ahead and review the whole album. So I am going to be reviewing Mr. Blue Sky, the very best of Electric Light Orchestra. It's really a Jeff Lynne album, Jeff Lynne redoing the old ELO hits. So yeah, before I get started I just want to say new camera. I said this in my last video, but you know, everyone who watches this video is not guaranteed they watch my last video, so I'm just going to put that out there. New camera, nice Sony, £120, nice little camera there. So iPad camera, which I usually use, gone. Unfortunately won't connect with my PC anymore because of Microsoft or one of them crap companies, businesses. Bought a camera in Argos yesterday, which was £100, got it half price, and said the quality was really good, and the quality turned out to be really bad, as you can see in my George Harrison Brainwash review. Anyway, took it back, got this one in Tesco's today, £120 camera. My mum had all these voucher cards and whatever, and she got it down to £20, which was great, and the quality is amazing. It's a brilliant camera, really pleased with it. And of course I've got like an 8 gig memory stick in there now, so I can record for ages, I can make long videos, I can go on for as long as I like. I'm going on for too long now. So anyway, when I was having trouble filming with the iPad, I actually filmed this review about 4 or 5 times, so if I go a bit fast, because I know my good friend on Facebook, James, spotted out that I was going a bit fast on the George Harrison one because I'd filmed that one like 4 or 5 times as well. That's why I'm going a bit fast, because I've already talked about this loads of times, and yeah, I'm getting a bit bored of talking about this album. But anyway, I'm still going to do it one more time. Last time, hopefully. Anyway, so here we go, let's get on with the review. So I'm just going to do the usual, give you a bit of information about the album, go over each song individually, show you my copy of the vinyl record here, and then I'm going to give it a mark out of 10. But I'm going to do this one a bit differently. Because the songs, lyric, vocal-wise, it's a 10 out of 10 album, because all these songs were hits. So, I'm going to give it a marking out of 10 compared to how well they've been redone, basically. So anyway, information. Funny thing is, this album actually doesn't have an artist name behind it. It doesn't have Jeff Lynne or Electric Light Orchestra. It's just got the title of the album, Mr. Blue Sky, the very best of ELO. You know, the artist is actually Jeff Lynne. But anyway, it was released on the 8th of October 2012. Got to number 8 in the UK, which is pretty good. It got to number 2 in the UK top independent album charts, which is that's brilliant. I think probably it would have been nice to have seen it get to number 1, but 2, you know, next best thing. And in America, on the normal charts, I couldn't believe this. I'm sorry, but what were you guys buying back in October 2012? It got to number 118. What were you guys buying? Anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to get onto the songs now. I just want to say, lyric-wise, they're all fantastic. Don't really want to touch on lyrics because, you know, these songs were written in the 70s and 80s, or 70s actually. None of his 80s hits are on here, so yeah, all written in the 70s, maybe a couple of them in the 60s, like 10,538 Overture, that one possibly could have been written in the 60s, late 60s. So lyric-wise, brilliant. Okay, so Mr. Blue Sky, the very best of ELO. Opening track, Mr. Blue Sky. The song sounds, this is a word that I'm going to use a lot in this review, amazingly clear. Can hear it straight away as the song opens up and you hear Jeff Lynne goes, forecast today, Mr. Blue Sky, or whatever it is he says. Immediately hear it. Drums come in. The drums sound better than the original because they sound clearer. And yeah, the vocal performance is just as good, if not better. But I'm used to the original. I'm used to the originals. That's my problem with this album. I mean, especially with this track, like the backing vocals here are great, but they don't sound as good as the originals. Lead vocals, just as good as the originals, really. And the good thing is with this song, for those of you who don't like the unusual, I'm not going to say weird because it's not, but the unusual instrumental on the end of Mr. Blue Sky, for those of you who don't like that, It's actually cut from this song. Jeff Lynne got rid of it. He said, no, we're just having the classic Blue Sky tune here. So for those of you who don't like that, yeah, it's gone. Just gonna check my camera's actually recording. Yeah, it is. Okay. Sorry about that, I was just checking my camera was recording. I had a funny feeling that it weren't. I'm just saying that just in case I forget to edit that bit out, because I forgot to edit a bit out yesterday. I made George Harrison Brainwash review. Accidentally let a bad word slip out. So, sorry. Anyway, the next track up is Evil Woman. Evil Woman has great vocals. Absolutely brilliant. The guitar work is great, and for a start, the piano intro, you know, he does the bit where he goes, "You made a fool of me," and then all of a sudden he goes, "Da da 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 da." You guys know what bit I'm on about. It sounds so much faster, clearer, brings more life into the song. I really feel that the piano really backs this song up and says, "Hey, look, this is how it's meant to sound. This is it sounding a lot more refreshed." Again, I'm used to the original. That's my problem with this album. The good thing is for this album is for people who are going into HMV or any other shops that sell CDs, if they pick this album up by mistake instead of the one with the originals on, they're probably going to get used to these, and you know, they're going to be amazing still to them. And you know, people who listen to this before this one, for example, with the originals on, people listen to this first, they're going to love these and just say, yep, these ones are okay. Whereas if you do what most people do, buy this one first, because these are the originals, you're going to say, these are brilliant, and this is, you know, this is good, but this is brilliant. So it kind of depends what one you buy first on how you look at it. Anyway, getting off track, next track up is Strange Magic. Now, I've got some notes on the back. Yep, I'm not going to lie, I needed notes for this album because this is a hard album to review. And I've put stars next to 3 of the tracks, and these 3 tracks are all very close together. And the ones which got stars next to them mean I've put the stars there to remind myself that these songs were kind of bad choices for Jeff to redo. And the next song up is Strange Magic. The backing vocals are about the only different thing. I mean, the song sounds clearer, a bit more life to it, but not too much. I mean, if you just played the intro, you could mistake it for the original. It doesn't sound at all different, really. Just in the backing vocals later on in the song, second half of the song, maybe you can go, yeah, that's where it's different. Which, you know, I agree with, I respect. But for the first half of the song at least, you know, it's just pretty much dead on the same. Just a teeny bit clearer. And when I say a teeny bit, I mean it really is only a little bit clearer. So, you know, Strange Magic, you know, it's okay. I mean, well, actually, I mean, the high vocals here where Jeff does his little high performance bit, they're a bit different as well, I guess. But all in all, I think there are better songs which Jeff could have picked to be on the album for him to redo over this. And I'll talk about them later on in the video. Next track up is Don't Bring Me Down, which also has a star next to it. Great guitar work. The guitar work, it's like the piano on Evil Woman, except not quite as good. But anyway, it's similar to that. It's like he's redone it, and it's a lot faster. It's got a lot more life to it. It kind of brings the song back and says, hey, okay, we're refreshed. This song's refreshed as well. This is how this one's meant to sound. And it's good. I respect it. But then again, I don't think it's moving away too much from the original. It's still like, it's only a little bit clearer. That's like the only difference. But still, he's done a good job on it, recreating it. You know, it takes you got to be very talented to make these songs, to be honest. So, you know, I mean, Jeff has still done a fantastic job playing them again after all these years. But, yeah, could have done them better. Could have done that one a bit better, like made it a bit more different from the original. Next track up is Turnstone. This one doesn't have a star by it, which means I'm well on board with this track. This track sounds a lot clearer. I think the main place that you hear it in this song is in the backing vocals. The backing vocals really show you. Again, like the guitar work for Don't Bring Me Down, the piano work for the Evil Woman, the backing vocals on this track are really just like, hey, okay, this is it. We're going to be different. We're going to be more refreshed. And the backing vocals really set this song apart from the original. And of course, then you've got all the, well, because of the more technology available today, obviously, than what Jeff had in the 70s. So he's obviously been able to make this song and all the others a lot clearer, make them sound a lot better. And yeah. Really good actually. And the next track is the last one with a star by it, and it's Showdown. For a start, I just want to say the chorus is great, and I think that sounds just as good as the original, if not better. If not, I'm not sure. But again, he hasn't stepped away from the original far enough for me. I mean, I don't want Jeff to change the songs. Sorry, can't speak. Because, for example, Paul McCartney done that with his one of his 80s albums, Give My Regards to Broad Street, for his film. And he changed some of the Beatles songs, and it's just like, some of them were okay, but some of them were just like, Paul, you're not doing justice for these songs, and these are your hits. So, you know, I mean, I don't want Jeff to step too far away from the songs, but I want him to step a little bit away, so we're like, okay, so that's new guitar solo there, or he's got a bit of a different guitar sound there. You know, again, this song just doesn't do any of that. But anyway, now we're moving on to the second record, and the second record is pretty much perfect. It's a 10 out of 10. You know, I think I probably prefer the songs on the second side as well, which might have something to do with why I prefer it. But anyway, so we got Telephone Line. This has always really been my favourite ELO song. Telephone Line, the intro sounds so much different for a start. I mean, I really like that. He hasn't stepped too far away, but he's stepped away from the original here, which is what I really like. When you hear the do-do-do-do-do, you guys know what bit I'm on about. It sounds so much better, but yeah, I've said it. It sounds better than the original. Just the intro, because I love the original so much. So just the intro, I'd say, is better, because I'm used to the original. I can't say it's better than the original, because it's my favourite ELO song. The chorus sounds brilliant as well, and yeah, it just sounds so much different. It's a lot of fun. Really enjoy it. Next track up, Living Thing. Again, intro, better than the original, with the violin. Intro on this one is better. I don't know the name of the lady, but I see her at the Children in Need thing and the Hyde Park concert, who does violin for Jeff. She's brilliant. I could sit there and watch her play that violin for ages. She's got such a talent. It's really cool watching her on stage with Jeff, actually. She's very good. And I presume she done the violin on this album as well. And yeah, Living Thing, it just sounds so refreshed. Next track up, Do Ya. Sounds very different as well, especially vocal-wise. I think Jeff's more shouting it a bit on this song than the original, which I really like. And in the chorus, his vocals kind of blend in the chorus even better than the original, which is great. And I just think, you know, the song sounds so much clearer in both departments, lead vocal, backing vocals, everything. And this one here is one of the possible tracks which could be better than the original. Could. Okay, so the next track up is Can't Get It Out of My Head. Now, Can't Get It Out of My Head, I really enjoy the version on here because it sounds so much refreshed. More life in it, sounds a lot clearer. Mainly vocal-wise than the original. I love the original. The original is brilliant. The only problem with the original is the lead vocals are great. They're not perfect. The thing which throws me off Jeff's vocals on the original is he kind of sounds like he's falling asleep at the mic a bit. I don't know if that's a bit harsh because they are really good. Whereas on this, they sound better. So yeah, vocal-wise, 2012 version, better. And also the acoustic guitar's louder, brings a bit more life and a bit more energy into the song. So yeah. 10,538 Overture. Now this is the other song which I think could be better than the original, and I say that because the original had Roy Wood on cello, of course, and you know he's basically going mad on this cello throughout the whole song. My problem with it is, on the original, it's a bit too loud. And on this song, I'm not even sure if it's there, but if it is there, it's too quiet. I feel Jeff hasn't got this song dead on for me either time. For some people, one of the versions is probably going to be perfect, but for me, I want to hear the cello there, but I don't want it to be too loud, where it is in the original. But this one, it's too quiet, or it might not even be there, to be honest, I'm not sure. But it could be better than the original, this one, because I don't know, I kind of like hearing it without the cello. And vocal-wise, I think the vocals are just as good, if not better again. If not, so possible, 50-50. I'm not sure which way I want to go. Last track is the bonus track, Points of No Return. Now, all I have to say about that song is that it is so damn catchy, and I don't know why Jeff never released it, you know, when he recorded it. I don't know whether it's a new recording, or whether it's one which he found, which he recorded in the 70s, but all I'm going to say is, if it had been released in the 70s, I'm pretty sure it would have been a hit. Yeah, I went there. That's how much I like the song. So anyway, here's the vinyl. Now, I'm actually going to take out the blade sleeve because unfortunately I don't have a screen anymore. Whereas before, when I was filming on my iPad, I could actually see what I was doing. So I could see when I was getting glare. But unfortunately I can't see now. Because the screen's on the back of the camera. So I can't see when I'm getting glare. So I'll just ditch the blade sleeve. But it's still in its cellophane, so I'm going to stand up actually. There we go. So there's a cover. Really nice cover actually. Really like it. And there's the back cover. Now the thing that I love about the back cover is look. We can see Jeff. He's there. He does show his face. So yeah. Now actually just before I forget, because I nearly did forget, I want to talk about songs which I think could have been better on the album over Strange Magic, Don't Bring Me Down and Showdown. I know on the bonus CD you can actually get one of the tracks which I'm about to mention, but I'm talking about the album. Bonus tracks, scrap them. I'm talking about the album. The album itself. My Mama Belle should be on this over Strange Magic or Showdown, definitely. I wanted to see more early ELO stuff because in the early period, I think, you know, that's when ELO stuff could have been made better. Another one is Bluebird Is Dead. I love the song, but again, he could, you know, Jeff possibly could have done it better if he'd recorded it in the late 70s. But of course, it's an early 70s track, so, you know, it would have been nice to have seen him do it on this album. Or another track like Poor Boy from El Dorado would have been good. You know, Night Rider, you know, something like that. Poker would have been good. You know, any of that stuff. One Summer's Dream would have been good as well, you know, any of that stuff. So anyway, getting back on with the vinyl. So as I said, cover's great, back cover's great, spine's pretty cool. I can't show you the gatefold, but there's not really too much to the gatefold, to be honest. Anyway, I'm one of the lucky I'm one of the lucky people who has one of the first 1,000 copies made of this vinyl, and the first 1,000 copies were, of course, pressed on blue vinyl. And I love that label to the first side. Brilliant. And then, of course, second side is It's at Night. Prefer the A side. Second record looks exactly the same. There's no different stickers or anything, so I won't bother showing you it. But anyway, there we go. So music-wise and all that stuff, it's definitely a 10 out of 10 because they were all hits. However, I'm going to mark it out of 10, judging how well it's been recorded. So, out of all the songs here, how many have we got? We got 12 tracks. Out of the 12 tracks, I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, so halfway, are just as good, if not some of them better than the originals. And then we got 1, 2, which are, you know, pretty much same level. And then we got the 3 which are not as good. You know, I'd just stick with the originals. Well, actually, I've only said 11 songs there because the last one, Point of No Return, was never released, of course. See, it has actually got unreleased written down there. So yeah, I know this video's been really long, but it's been quite an interesting topic. So there we go, Mayfly 01, that's for you. Next video up will be for my friend James on Facebook. Fleetwood Mac review should be coming up soon. I'm not sure if it'll be my next video, but it's definitely on its way for you, mate. Anyway, 2 out of 10. I forgot to give it a mark out of 10, of course. Judging by what I just said, you know, 3 tracks not being as good, 6 being as good, blah blah blah. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for Jeff Lynne's, or ELOs or whatever. Mr. Blue Sky, the very best of ELO. Thank you very much for watching. Please support the channel and subscribe, like the video and leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching.